Om Ajnana-timirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guraha Shri Jata Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Giram Yat Kripatam Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Hare Krishna. So wish you all a very happy, blessed Govardhan Puja. I was very fortunate that last year we did Govardhan Parikrama. We started in the night around 2 o'clock or somewhere 2:30 or something. And then very blissful to go around Govardhan. And so many people doing Parikrama today. Because all the Vrajvasis will also come out. They do Govardhan Parikrama. There are some people who might have started 2 days before doing Dandavat Parikrama so that they can complete it today. And all the Vrajvasis call Govardhan as Baba, as Father, as Guru. And they go around and they have full faith that Baba will fulfill all our desires. And sometimes full family is going around doing Parikrama. So this is very, very glorious. And this festival is very nicely celebrated in Braj. And the Brajavasi, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, he has made all ISKCON centers as Vrindavan, and everywhere today we have celebration of Govardhan festival, Govardhan Puja. So today is the day when the Govardhan was worshipped. And if I'm not wrong, Krishna also lifted Govardhan today. He lifted or not, it doesn't matter, but today's day triggered lifting of Govardhan. So therefore, today's day is very nicely celebrated because Krishna himself wanted all the devotees to worship Govardhan. He himself gave direction because before this there was no Govardhan Puja. There was no Parikrama of Govardhan. So it was Krishna who inaugurated Govardhan Puja. Krishna who inaugurated Govardhan Parikrama. So this is the glorious festival which Krishna himself started. So it's very, very glorious. And therefore all devotees following in the footsteps of the Supreme Lord, they worship Govardhan and they do Parikrama of Govardhan. There are beautiful prayers which are offered to Govardhan. Maybe one of them we will chant. And then we'll begin today's session. Please repeat. Govardhana Gire Tubhyam Gopanam Sarva Rakshakam Namaste Deva Rupaya Devanam Sukhadaine Govardhana Gire Tubhyam. I pay my repeated obeisances to whom? Girirāj, Govardhana. Please accept my obeisances. Who is he? What is so special about him? Gopanam Sarva Rakshakam. He is complete protector of all the gopas, all the cowherds. And what else he did? So on the day of Govardhan Puja, when Krishna diverted the Indra Yajna towards Govardhan Puja, at that time, Krishna himself, he became the Panda, the Pujari, and he was telling what everyone should do. So Krishna told all the Vrajavasis, so offer the bhoga to Govardhan, pay obeisances. And in front of everyone, a beautiful, huge form manifested. And here it is said, Namaste Deva Rupaya. Oh, you manifested the godly form that day in front of all the Vrajavasis. Devanam Sukhadaine. You give pleasure to everyone, including all the Devatas. So great you are, so great. In this way, Govardhan is glorified very beautifully by our acharyas in many, many shlokas. Many, many shlokas. One of our acharya, Srila Raghunatha Goswami, he has a different prayer to Govardhan. Very intense, very deep, very condensed with prema. And he has a very intense desire. He has a desire and he's expressing that to Govardhan. And this is given, or this is composed by him in 10 verses. And that is called as Govardhana Vasa Prarthana Dasakam. So he's offering prayers. And as every prayer, all the 10 verses, they end with one line. And that is nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. Hey Govardhan, please give me residence close to you. This is the last line of every verse of all the 10 verses. And here it's very clear, Raghunatha Goswami is so eager to be at the lotus feet of Giri Govardhan. So very eager. After these 10 verses, there is one 11th verse which gives Phalashruti. And normally I describe Phalashruti after describing all 10 verses. But then today I thought we'll describe it first. So that devotees know what are we going to do today. What are these 10 verses going to give all of us? Go to the last verse, 11th verse. So we'll recite all these verses. You all can repeat. Rasada Dasakamasya Srila Govardhanasya Shitidhara Kula Bharturya Prayatnadadhite Sasapadi Sukhadesmin Vasamasadya Sakshat Shubhada Jugala Seva Ratnamapnoti Turnam Yaha Prayatnadadhite. One who studies these 10 verses. One who studies Rasada Dashakamasya Srila Govardhanasya. One who diligently studies these 10 verses of Govardhan, Sri Govardhan, who gives Rasa Dashakamasya, who is Rasada. These 10 verses can bestow rasa, bhakti rasa. And who is this Govardhan? Shitidhara Kula Bhartur. He is the topmost among all the mountains. So when someone does this, one is bhakti rasa is bestowed to that devotee. Second thing that is given is Sasapadi Sukhade Asmin Vasam Asadya. He attains residence close to Govardhan in that joyous place. And what happens if he gets residence at Govardhan? What will happen? Sakshat Shubhada Jugala Seva Ratnam Apnoti Turnam. The topmost treasure in the life of a devotee is Seva of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. And here it is said, Sakshat Seva of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna will be bestowed to that devotee who studies these 10 verses called Govardhana, Vasa, Prarthana, Dasakam. So one is Bhakti Rasa is awarded. Second, residence in Vrindavan is awarded, residence in Govardhan to be more precise. And third, eternal seva of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna is awarded. So are you all ready for the 10 verses? So let's begin with the first one. Every verse is a cry. He's crying out. Raghunatha Goswami is crying out, please give me residence at your lotus feet. Obviously, we people might not understand why is he so intense, why he wants to stay at Govardhan. But we have agreed that if these verses, if we study little bit, we will also realize how important it is to develop attraction towards the various entities of Sri Vrindavan Dham. So when he's saying that please give me residence at your lotus feet, he's begging and praying for attraction to Govardhan. May my heart be naturally attracted to Govardhan. So maybe by studying these 10 verses with little attentiveness, we might also develop that little attraction or desire to develop attraction towards Govardhan. Here is the first verse, coming directly from the heart of Raghunatha Goswami. Nija-pati-bhuja-daṇḍac-chatra-bhāvaṁ prapadya pratihata-mada-drashto danda-devendra-garbha atula-pṛthula-śaila-śreṇi-bhūpa priyam me nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. In all the 10 verses, you remember anything or you don't remember, doesn't matter. At least the last line we should memorize. Nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. So it's very clear. Hey Govardhan. The last line says, please give me permanent residence at your lotus feet. Near you, I want to stay near you, residence near you. This is the prayer that he is offering. So let's see, let's read between the lines and have a conversation or witness the conversation between Govardhan and Raghunatha Goswami. All our acharyas have described Govardhan as topmost devotee, very great devotee, Hari-dayitam. And here we have another devotee, Raghunatha Goswami, who is praying to Govardhan, and Govardhan is also speaking to Raghunatha Goswami. So say Govardhan is asking Raghunatha Goswami, there are so many hills around. Why you want to reside here only? Go to some other place. And at that time, Raghunatha Goswami is saying, atula-pṛthula-śaila-śreṇi-bhūpa. Atula-pṛthula. Firstly, you're atula. आपसे तुलना नहीं किया जा सकता किसी का. You're incomparable. And who are you? You're Bhupa. You're king. King of what? Pṛthula-śaila-śreṇi. You are the king of all the huge mountains, all the great mountains. You are the king of all the great mountains. So his point is, when I'm getting the association of a king, why should I go and take association of ministers and landlords? I'll associate with the king. Therefore, I want to associate with you, O Govardhan. Now see, Govardhan knows the heart's desire of Raghunatha Goswami. So he is saying, see, it's well known that you have a desire to become a resident in Vrajamandal. It's very clear. So you reside at some other place in Vrindavan. In Vrajamandal, you reside in some place. What will you specifically attain by staying so close to me? What will you attain? And at that time, he's chanting the first two lines. Nija-pati-bhuja-daṇḍac-chatra-bhāvaṁ prapadya. Hey, Govardhan, nija-pati-bhuja-daṇḍac-chatra-bhāvaṁ. You assumed a form of umbrella, chhatri. And for your information, Govardhan is not some mountain with stones. Those devotees who have that divya chakshu, transcendental vision, they can see that Govardhan is made up of precious gems and stones, always shining. So this umbrella was very special, because this umbrella was a jeweled umbrella, all jewels. So it became an umbrella. Now see, when you have umbrella, you need a handle also. How will you hold the umbrella then? And here it is said, who became the handle? Nija-pati-bhuja-daṇḍa. So who became Danda? Nija-pati, your own master. His bhuja, his hand became Danda. Now it's so nice. The umbrella is a jeweled umbrella, and the handle is also jeweled handle. It's Krishna. After all, Krishna's beautiful lotus hand, decorated with beautiful ornaments, was acting as handle here. Now, what is so special? What did Govardhan do, becoming an umbrella? Pratihata mada drashtod danda devendra garva. So here, many words are used for Indra. First, garva. He was very proud. Mother. Garva mother. He was proud. He was intoxicated by that pride. Drashta. Very arrogant. Udanda, impudent. So these are the different words used to describe how was Indra. You can imagine, how can someone think to kill Vrajvasis? How can someone think of killing it? Forget about doing it. Forget about actually going and acting to kill them. How can someone think also of killing Vrajvasis? Only a very arrogant, proud, intoxicated, impudent person only can think that. And that's what is given here. Oh, Indra was like this. Why specifically is called like this? In one place, when Indra got to know that Indra Yajna, all the ingredients of Yajna to be offered to him, is diverted towards a mountain. By whom? By Krishna. When he got this message from his messenger, so at that time, he started giving gali to Krishna. He said, please repeat. Vachalam balisham stabdam agyam panditamaninam Krishnam martyam upashritya gopa me chakrura-priyam. Vachalam. Kitna bolta hai ladka? So talkative. Indra is talking about Krishna. Such a talkative kid he is. Balisham, kiddish. Stabdam, so arrogant. Who is arrogant? Krishna or Indra? Indra is arrogant. Agyam, foolish. Panditamaninam, he thinks himself to be great Pandit. Martyam, he is just a human being. And these gopas, upashritya gopaha, me chakru-apriyam. And all these gopas have taken shelter of this person. And they are going against me. See, there's a question that comes. It is technically known that devatas sit on different incenses of ours. And by their blessings, by their empowerment, our senses work. So on the tongue, Saraswati Devi herself is sitting. And she enables the person to speak. How can Saraswati Devi allow someone to speak like this about her own master Krishna? Very important question. How can she allow? Therefore, our acharyas, they say that there is a meaning given by Saraswati Devi. Externally, seemingly, it's some bad words for Krishna. But actually, Saraswati Devi, through these words, she is glorifying Krishna. And our acharyas gave the insight, deep insight. Vachalam. So Saraswati Devi's version is Vachalam, one who speaks according to Vedic authority. He is Vachalam. Balisham, yes, he is just like a child, free from all pretensions of this world. Sthabdam, yes, he does not bow down to anyone because the whole world bows down to him. Why he has to bow down to someone? Agyam, there is nothing more to be known by him because he already knows everything. Agyam. Pandita-maninam, he is honored by everyone as the absolute truth. He is that great Pandit. Krishnam, who is Krishna? He is the supreme absolute truth, full of eternity, knowledge and bliss. And Martyam is very nice. He is supreme absolute truth, but then for the benefit of everyone, he appears like a human being and he does humanly pastimes. He can do anything, as all of us know. Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti. Any of his sense can be used for doing any activity. But then he's acting like a human being. He restricts himself that from my eyes I'll only see. From my ears I'll only hear. From my mouth I'll eat. You will never see in the entire Krishna Leela that Krishna is taking and putting the food into his eyes. He puts into his mouth only. When Mother Yashoda wanted to check if Krishna is eaten dirt, that time Mother Yashoda asked, open your mouth. And our acharyas say Krishna was so fearful. Krishna was trying to gulp all that was there in his mouth. All the mud. After he was fully confident that now there is no trace of mud in the mouth, then he opened the mouth. So what does this mean? He's acting as a human being. Because we have restriction. We have restriction that with eyes only I can see, I cannot eat. But Krishna does not have that restriction. When we offer bhoga to Krishna, he just glances on it and he accepts. But then, when Krishna was doing his wonderful pastimes, he decided, no. I'll do Martya Leela. I'll act like a human being so that all these human beings will be able to connect with me. Just imagine in Krishna Leela, the baby Krishna, he is there sitting and then Mother Yashoda is feeding Krishna. And just imagine if Mother Yashoda is feeding and taking the morsel and putting it into his eyes, nose, ears. Can we relate to that? We'll never be able to relate. We'll think, what is this? What's going on? Just so that we human beings can relate to Krishna, connect with him, and do smaran, remember all these wonderful pastimes. Krishna is doing these wonderful, glorious, divine pastimes. So that's easy for us to recollect and connect. Therefore, when Indra is using all these words, so here in this first shloka, Garva, Mada, Drashta, Udanda, all these words are used to describe Indra. And when Govardhana became the umbrella, with the beautiful jeweled handle, what happened? So at that time, Indra's Garva was completely thrashed. His pride was made into powder. Completely thrashed. Can you imagine? Indra tried his best. He told all the Samvartaka clouds, all the best of the deities available there in his group, go and destroy entire Vrindavan. And for them, what is so great? It's just a small tract of land, according to them. Samvartaka clouds are known to inundate the entire universe, 14 planetary system. What is a small land for them? But when they went there and started showering rains, at that time, nothing was happening. The Vraja Mandal was not getting flooded. They were tired showering water. And those deities who were throwing thunderbolts and lightning and all that, they were tired throwing. And at one point, Indra came to do survey. What's happening? And Indra is going around the Govardhana mountain. Firstly, so Govardhana has gone up. Then he went down to see what's happening. And below the mountain he saw, festival chal raha hai yahan par. There's a festival that was taking place under Govardhana. And then Indra understood that this boy, with his left hand little finger, is holding Govardhana, playing flute and having nice time. He is fearless. And looking at that fearlessness of fear personified Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Indra's Garva was completely thrashed. And therefore here, Raghunatha Das Goswami is saying, oh, you are that. You are that transcendental umbrella which Krishna used to thrash the pride of Indra. And anyways, as Krishna says, Mad Bhakta Puja Bhyadika. Worship of my devotee is better than worship of me. Krishna is saying this in Bhagavatam, 11th canto. Therefore, if I stay near you, O Govardhan, I'll receive special mercy of Krishna. Therefore, O Govardhan, please give me residence near you. This is a very, very well-known fact in the association of devotees, that if we are very close to some devotee who is very close to Krishna, naturally we also receive mercy of Krishna. Same principle was followed by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Obviously, he's Krishna himself, but then he's helping us to understand the confidential secrets or the confidential matter of how to receive Krishna's mercy. When Lord would go to take darshan of Jagannath, he would stand at Garuda Stambha. Now, Garuda Stambha is very far from the altar. And from there, you can see Jagannath's eyes. If no one is there in front, maybe you can see Jagannath deity also. From there, he would take darshan of Jagannath. And what was the mood? The mood was, if I stand beside a great devotee, Garuda, who is so close to the Lord, so Lord will look at him and someday he'll look at me also. So that's the mood of Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So connection with a great devotee is very, very important. I feel very pity on those people who say that, no, I have direct connection with Krishna. Oh, never such people will receive mercy of Krishna, never. Because Krishna is very clear, because he sees qualification of people. He does not accept people just like that. But then, if we are connected to a qualified devotee, we might be unqualified, but if I'm connected to a qualified devotee, like A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and the entire Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, Krishna will look at us, he'll shower his mercy. When we go and stand in front of the Lord and we say, I'm a Gaudiya. I'm a Gaudiya Vaishnava. Oh, okay, you come in the line of Raghunatha Das Goswami, Rupa Goswami. Oh, Saraswati Thakur, Prabhupada. Okay, come. Yes, you're allowed. Please enter. Please enter Goloka Vrindavan. So those people who say कि परंपरा की जरूरत नहीं है, oh, they don't understand the importance. They don't understand the Siddhanta itself. They don't understand that confidential matter, that if I have a connection with a great devotee, I'll receive Krishna's mercy. But Raghunatha Das Goswami is very clear. Raghunatha Das Goswami is very clear. Hey Govardhan, you're so close to Krishna. He lifted you. He lifted you for 7 days, 7 nights. One is, for those 7 days and 7 nights, he lifted you with his little finger. So you got sparsha of his hand, of his finger. And other days, he would walk on you. You would get the sparsha. You would get the association of the Lord by the touch of his lotus feet. Oh, how great you are, how great you are. Therefore, I want to stay close to you. So this is the first thing, first prayer that he's offering. Please allow me. Please allow me to stay close to you for these reasons. Say Govardhan says, take it, you're speaking so much. Stay near me for 2-3 days and chal niklo. Why permanent residence you want? Why permanent residence? What will you do staying here permanently? Then he says, Raghunatha Das Goswami's argument as a prayer. Pramada-madana-līlāḥ kandare te. Racayati nava-yūnor dvandvamasminnamandam. Iti kila kalanartham lagnakas tad-dvayor me. nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. Raghunatha Das Goswami, whatever was there in his heart, he directly puts in front. And he says, pramada-madana-līlāḥ kandare te. In all your caves, which are so beautiful, there, Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, they are performing wonderful intimate pastimes. And his point is very clear. that if I stay close to you permanently, I'll get to take darshan of Radha and Krishna every day doing these wonderful pastimes. Therefore, please allow me, I want to stay at the lotus feet of yours, O Govardhan. Please allow me. Not for 2-3 days, permanently I want to stay. Please allow me. Now see, Govardhan might say, you want to see Radha Krishna pastimes? So many places are there in Vrindavan. And specifically, you can go to a place which is between Barsana and Nandagram called Sanketwan. You go there. There are many confidential pastimes of Radha and Krishna take place. You stay there close by somewhere. And you can get darshan of Radha and Krishna every day. Why you want to stay close to me? Just to get darshan of Radha and Krishna's intimate pastimes. Now, Raghunatha Das Goswami understands I have to give a very strong argument. Govardhan is not agreeing. Then he says, along with that, text 3. Anupama-maṇi-vedī-ratna-siṁhāsanorvī ruha-jhara-dara-sānu-droṇi-sańgheṣu rangaihi saha bala-sakhibhiḥ saṅkhelayan sva-priyaṁ me nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. Now he has a strong point. He says, not just conjugal pastimes. Oh, you're thinking that I want to just see conjugal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. No. By residing near you, I can see all the pastimes of Krishna. All pastimes? What pastimes? Govardhan's question. Saha bala-sakhibhiḥ saṅkhelayan sva-priyaṁ me. I'll be able to see all those wonderful pastimes which Krishna performs joyfully with Balram, with all his Gopa friends and cows. And all this takes place, O Govardhan, on you. And if I stay here permanently, I'll be able to see pastimes of Krishna with Gopas, Krishna with cows, Krishna with gopis, Krishna with Srimati Radharani. Please allow me, please allow me. What pastimes are you talking about? What Krishna does with Balram and Gopas there? Anupama-maṇi-vedī-ratna-siṁhāsaṁ. Oh Govardhan, do you provide such wonderful facilities to Krishna and all the Gopas? They always want to be here and perform pastimes. What facilities Govardhan provides? Anupama-maṇi-vedī-ratna-siṁhāsaṁ. Anupama, incomparable. Incomparable asana is provided. Why incomparable? Maṇi-vedī-ratna-siṁhāsaṁ. This jeweled bedecked simhasan. Basically all the stones, they are very, very beautiful simhasans. And when Krishna and Balram and all the Gopas playing, they get tired. And there's so much of fatigue. And when they want to relieve their fatigue and take some rest, at that time they sit on the simhasan. Oh Govardhan, you are doing this. You are providing this facility. What else Govardhan gives? Urviruha. Govardhan, you provide trees for all these Gopas. Oh, trees? What do they play with trees? Oh Govardhan, they tie rope between the two trees. And then Krishna sits on that. Balram will sit sometime. And they have the swing pastime. It goes on and on and on. You are giving that platform. And Jhara, waterfalls. They all come, they just jump into the waters. In the waterfalls. They have wonderful time. Dara. There are so many caves. And specifically, these caves are very important for Gopas, Krishna and Balram. You know why? These caves help in playing a very wonderful game called hide and seek. They'll go and hide here and there. Can you imagine? Krishna and Gopas, they would have a wonderful time playing all sorts of games, which now kids play on this planet. It's everything. See, he is the origin of everything, including the games which all the kids play. Sanu-droṇi. Oh, you have plateaus, you have valleys, and such setup, up-down setup, is very, very important. Specifically for Krishna, Balram, and all the Gopas when they are playing wrestling match. मजा आता है उनको ऐसा ऊपर नीचे. So wonderful. Oh Govardhan, all these wonderful pastimes are taking place on you. If I stay close to you, I'll be able to see all these wonderful pastimes. Please, please, please. Raghunatha Goswami is crying out, please allow me to stay close to you, to witness all these pastimes. Now Govardhan just come on. All these pastimes are performed in so many different places in Vrindavan. Why only here? Why only here? What do you think? It's very easy to reside in Vrindavan? That too at Govardhan? Now here, Raghunatha Goswami, again he has a strong argument in the form of a prayer. Rasa-nidhi-nava-yūnoḥ sakshini dāna-keler. dyuti-parimala-viddhaṁ śyāma-vediṁ prakashya. rasika-vara-kulānāṁ modamasphalayan me. nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. Govardhan, you have a pastime place called śyāma-vediṁ. It's also called as Krishna-vediṁ. What is that pastime that takes place there? The pastime is toll tax payment pastime. Krishna and all the Gopas will dress as cops and stand there. And all the gopis, they want to go from one place to another. They want to cross that place. And now they have made a toll. And without paying the toll tax, you cannot cross this place. So Krishna would ask tax. And what is the tax that they want? All the gopis, they are carrying matka, pots of ghee, butter, milk. Wo dijiye. Butter, milk, ghee. And sometimes the gopis, they would not give. So there will be fight that will start. Verbal argument will start. And after that, physically, they'll start snatching the pot. So you can imagine, from one side the Gopas are snatching the pot, one side the gopis are snatching, and both the sides, tug of war is going on. What will happen with the pot? And as they karte, sometimes the pot, they'll just thrash it on the stone of Govardhan and it's hard. Everything is out. And sometimes all the gopis, headed by Srimati Radharani, they will understand this Krishna. And they'll make a plan. Krishna is with all the Gopas. Somehow divert all the Gopas and take them away. And then when all the Gopas are away, only Krishna is there. So Krishna is there and all the gopis are on. Kya chahiye tujhe? Thanks. And they'll start nicely harassing him, obviously sweetly giving pleasure to Krishna. So here, Raghunatha Goswami is saying, that place is there. So Govardhan's point. So what? See, this place is very, very important. Why? Rasika-vara-kulānāṁ modam asphalayan me. There are many Rasika devotees who stay there. Every day they go and take darshan. And these great devotees, when they're able to witness these pastimes, they go ecstatic. And when they go ecstatic, they chant loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There are chants of joy. So, Govardhan's point. So what? See, if I stay close to you, O Govardhan, I'll be able to regularly hear these ecstatic chants. And along with that, I'll also go and take darshan of śyāma-vediṁ. So please allow me. Please allow me. I want to witness these pastimes and I want to associate with those Rasika devotees who stay close to you. Actually, it's a fact that devotees or sadhus, all the time engaged in Krishna consciousness. They were available always in the holy places. Therefore, many times, therefore, people from different places, all the people who are married, householders, having responsibilities, they would take out time, a time of a week is very small, a time of month, sometimes 4 months, 6 months, and they would walk all the way to holy place just to get association of great devotees. Sit there and hear from them. By the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, now there are holy spots made everywhere called International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And by Prabhupada's mercy, now sadhus are available in all these different places. Just by going there, people can take association. So wonderful, so wonderful. This is the contribution of Srila Prabhupada. This is the contribution. Because when people come to ISKCON, they might not have a tinge of desire to go to Vrindavan. They might not have a tinge of desire to attain Krishna's lotus feet. But then, as soon as they start coming to various centers, attending these different discourses, start reading Srila Prabhupada's books, suddenly a desire creeps in. I also want to attain Krishna this life. I also want to get close to Krishna. I also want to serve Krishna. I also want to leave my body in Vrindavan. These desires, from nowhere it starts getting in. This is the glory of Srila Prabhupada. This is the glory. To an extent that such desires were planted in the hearts of those people who had no clue of who is that bluish, blackish boy Krishna. Prabhupada was talking about Govardhana, and people asked, who is Govardhana? And Prabhupada said, he's God. They have no clue who is Govardhana. And Prabhupada, okay, Swami, as you say. As you say. Those people were brought to Vrindavan. When Srila Prabhupada first time when he got all his white elephants from Western world to India, it was a huge festival. Huge festival. That first visit to Vrindavan, the devotees still remember and they glorify Prabhupada. That how merciful he was that he took us to Vrindavan. Can you imagine Prabhupada taking us on a yatra? And he is telling us the importance of each pastime place. Prabhupada did that. It was a very, very big thing because those people who had no clue of what is Vrindavan, they were brought to Vrindavan. And how did they come to Vrindavan? They came with eagerness. There are some devotees who had so much of eagerness, they decided, when they were coming to Vrindavan, they decided that I'll never leave Vrindavan. Obviously, Prabhupada took them out and gave them service, no doubt. But then I'm just saying that such desires were there. Some devotees had desire that full day I'll chant Hare Krishna, I'll not do anything else. Such desires were planted by Srila Prabhupada in the hearts of devotees. Just by reading Srila Prabhupada's books, hearing his lectures, by associating with the followers of Srila Prabhupada, all around the world, people are getting such desires. And therefore we see now in this month of Kartik, there will be hardly any space to stand in Krishna Balram Mandir in Vrindavan during Mangalarti. Huge crowd, huge crowd, huge crowd. Huge crowd of Western devotees and devotees from other countries on the day of Govardhan Puja going around Govardhan. So wonderful, so wonderful. This is the contribution of Srila Prabhupada. And here Raghunatha Das Goswami, he is having this wonderful mood that I'll get to associate with sadhus, those rasika devotees, and they would chant ecstatically. I'll also go and see that pastime place. I'll also associate with them. So now Govardhana somewhat looks like he's okay to allow Raghunatha Das Goswami. So he's asking, see, there's so many places around here in my vicinity. Which place you want to reside? Any specific place you have in your mind, or because you have so many wonderful arguments, look, surely you might have decided a place also for yourself. Which place you want to stay? And Raghunatha Das Goswami, he says, hari-dayitam apurvam rādhikā-kuṇḍam ātmā priya-sakhamiḥ kanthe narmalingya guptah प्रियसखमिह कंठे नर्मणालिङ्ग्य गुप्तः नवयुवयुगखेलास्तत्र पश्यन् रहो मे निज-निकट-निवासं देहि गोवर्धनत्वम् You know, Govardhan, I have a place in my heart. I've already decided which place. Which place? And here he's saying, Shri Radha Kunda ki jai. I want to reside at Radha Kunda. Hari-dayitam apurvam rādhikā-kuṇḍam. I want to permanently stay at Hari-dayita Kundam. That Kunda, which is apurvam, incomparable, and very, very dear to Hari. That Kunda called Radha Kunda, I want to stay there. What is so special about Radha Kunda? Our acharyas glorify, keep glorifying. One verse which is given by Srila Rupa Goswami in Nectar of Instruction, which is very much accessible for all of us by Prabhupada's mercy. Nectar of Instruction, verse 9. The hierarchy is given, and Radha Kunda is put at the top. Vaikunta janitovara madhupuri tatrapi rasotsava vrindaranya udara paniramana tatrapi govardhana radha kundamihapi gokulapate premamrita plavana kuryadasya virajato hiritate sevam imeki. So here hierarchy is given. Vaikuntha is great, spiritual world is great, no doubt. But then above that is Madhupuri, that is Mathura. Why Mathura? Because Lord appeared there. Above that is Vrindavan. Why Vrindavan? Because Lord performed his Rasa-lila pastimes. Above that is Govardhan. It is Govardhan Puja, that Govardhan. So God Govardhan. Why Govardhan? Because Lord personally picked up Govardhan. And above that is that place in Govardhan, which is the topmost place in the entire creation, and that's Radha Kund. That Kund which is filled with condensed liquid form of Krishna Prem. That place. Even in when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was describing to the Goswamis, at that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Saba gopi haite radha Krishnara prayasi taiche radha kunda priyarasasi. Saba gopi haite radha Krishnara prayasi. Out of all the gopis, who is the dearmost gopi for Krishna? Sri Radha. Taiche radha kunda priyarasarasi. Similarly, the lake known as Radha Kunda is very dear to the Lord. Why? Because that Kunda is very dear to Srimati Radharani. Therefore, Radha Kund is given a very topmost place. In all the holy places, Radha Kund is at the top. And therefore, even today, when you go to Radha Kund, you will find many, many Gaudiya Vaishnavas. In fact, I can say that, safely say that, Gaudiya Vaishnavas reside around Radha Kund. They want to stay there in Radha Kund. When Srila Prabhupada published his book, Nectar of Instruction, Srila Rupa Goswami's Upadeshamrita, and when people read, all the foreign devotees, when they read this 9th verse, they decided, best place, we will go and stay there. So there was a letter that came to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, the devotees have decided to abandon book distribution and go and settle in Radha Kund. And Prabhupada writes, this is nonsense. They have not followed the first verse of Nectar of Instruction yet. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, and so on. All these 6 urges have to be controlled first. And after that, avoid those 6 activities, atyahara prayasascha. Accept those 6 activities, utsaha nischaya dhairya. Have 6 loving relationship with the devotees, dadati pratigranati. And then you develop taste. Then you take association of devotees by by understanding the different grades of devotees. Taking diksha. Developing taste for Krishna Nama Adi. And then later comes Radha Kund in 9th verse. 8 verses first you follow step by step. So in this way, It's very important to note, we cannot directly jump. What will happen is we'll directly jump and directly fall. See, that's the problem. That's the biggest problem. It was step by step we go. And finally, reach the ninth, 10th, and 11th verse of Nectar of Instruction, which exclusively talks about Radha-Kunda. So first 8 verses are very, very important for sadhakas, like all of us. But here Raghunath Das Goswami, he's like Nitya Siddha. He's a great devotee. Who can match Raghunath Das Goswami? I mean, when it comes to sadhakas like us, who can match? So Raghunath Das Goswami, he said, I want to stay at Radhakund. Why I want to stay at Radhakund? Because there, Srimati Radharani and Sri Krishna, every day they perform amazing youthful pastimes. I'll stay there and witness those pastimes. Like you witness those pastimes. And Govardhan, I witness those pastimes. How do I witness those pastimes? And Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, Priya sakham iha kanthe narmana lingya. What you have done is, oh Govardhan, your dearmost friend is Radhakund. And you have embraced Radhakund. And you, nava-yuva khelas tatra pashyan raha, secretly you witness all these pastimes of these youthful couple. Please give me residence. I will also see with you. Please give me permanent residence at your lotus feet. Now see, when Raghunath Das Goswami is offering these prayers, sometimes devotees also offer such prayers. I want to just go to Vrindavan, give up everything and just be in Vrindavan and do nothing. Chant Hare Krishna, full day, 192 rounds. And suddenly, I'm not able to chant my 16 rounds properly. What will I go doing there? Maybe I'll drink lassi on the street. What else will I do? So devotees feel humbled when they start looking at their own qualification. So Raghunath Das Goswami also, he felt, I'm talking about Madhurya Rasa pastimes. Madhurya Leela pastime. Madhurya Leela. No, I'm not qualified for that. So he comes down and then he tells a general verse. What happens on Govardhana? Sthala jala tala shashpair bhuruha-chhāyaya ca pratipada-manukalam hanta samvardhayan gāh trijagati nija-gotram sarthakam khyāpayan me nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhanatvam. Now in glorification of Govardhan, Raghunath Das Goswami is saying, hey Govardhan, at all times, in all your places, you sufficiently give pleasure to all the cows. Now see, from Madhurya Rasa, or Madhurya Leela has come down. Directly, he's talking about cows. You are serving all the cows. Now the question might come, how do you serve all the cows? How Govardhan serves all the cows? Sthala, Jala, Tala, Shashpair, Bruhu, Ruha, Chhaya. So 5 things are provided. One is Thala. He provides patches of land to go around. Jala, there are streams on Govardhan for drinking water. Tala, there are plains lands, where they can sit and relax. Shashpair, green grass. And Bhuruha Chhaya, you provide a shade of trees. All the cows can go and sit there around, say. And specifically he's saying, Trijagati nija-gotram sarthakam khyāpayan. You are known as Govardhan. Vardhan means to nourish. And Go means cows. Oh Govardhan, you're so great, you're so great. You're nourishing all the cows. So your name Govardhan is Sarthak. Sarthak ho gaya aapka naam, Govardhan. Sarthak ho gaya. So he's glorifying all this, and again he puts forward, please give me residence at your lotus feet. You're so great. You're so great. Please give me the residence at your lotus feet. If I stay near you, I'll be able to see Krishna herding all these cows. Please allow me to stay at your lotus feet. Now again, Govardhan has the same point to say. Again and again, you're saying, Raghunatha Das Goswami, that you want to see this pastime, that pastime. You go anywhere in Vrindavan. Simply by staying in any one place of Vrindavan, you'll be able to get all these pastimes. You'll be able to witness all these different pastimes. Why only me? Why only stay close to me? What is so special about me? And Raghunatha Das Goswami continues. He says, Surapati krita dirgha droto goshtha raksham tava navagriha rupa shantare kurvataiva agabakare punacche dattamana-dhrutam me nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhana tvam. Hey Govardhan, see, Krishna killed Aghasur. Krishna also killed, or the second name that was given, Bakasur. So Krishna killed them. And he had his own ways to kill them. How did Krishna kill Aghasur? By entering his mouth. Yes. He entered the mouth, and then in the mouth he became huge. And Aghasur was choked. He chanted Hare Krishna, and he left. Yes. And then Bakasur saw Krishna and like, oh, Mahaprasad, and then he directly gulped. And when Krishna was there in the mouth of Bakasur, at that time, he became very hot, and Bakasur opened his mouth, and Krishna just ripped him apart into two pieces. Krishna is very dangerous. So, Raghunatha Das Goswami is saying, see, Krishna wanted to protect the Gopas from Aghasur, from Bakasur, from various other Asur who came there. And he had his own ways to do that. But when it comes to protecting all the Vrajavasis from the wrath of Indra, at that time, he didn't do that. He didn't do anything different. He didn't follow the same ways he defeated all those Asuras. He lifted you. You're very special. Aga baka ripunocher dattamana-dhrutam. Krishna could have done anything, but he lifted you and he gave you the greatest of the respects by making you the umbrella. And below you, all the Vrajavasis were staying for 7 days and 7 nights. So how did he give respect to Govardhan? Tava navagraha rupayantare rupasyantare kurvataiva. How did Krishna respect Govardhan? Krishna used Govardhan to create a huge house for all the Vrajavasis. Now see, it's not some ordinary thing. It's not some ordinary thing. For all the Vrajavasis, at one place, creating a huge house. Now just imagine, those different small pastime places, they're given so much of respect. Because Krishna performed pastime with a particular Gopa or a Gopi or whatever. But now here, Krishna has performed pastime with all the Vrajavasis at one place. And how did he perform that pastime? By creating a house. So Krishna lifted Govardhan. When he lifted Govardhan, so roof is ready. Now what about the walls around? There were 2 types of walls. One was all the clouds were around. They were looking like walls. At one point, Krishna called Shesha. He said, hey Shesha, come fast. Why? It's heavily raining. All the water will come down. They'll enter the space below also. It will be flooded. So Shesha, you come and you coil around entire Govardhan. And don't allow the water to come inside. So you have the roof ready and you have the walls ready. And inside, I was very amazed to read this. Inside Govardhan, below Govardhan, there were many lakes which were ready with crystal clear waters. And also there were some structures which were like rooms. They were also ready. And there was some place, and in fact all the places, lush green. All the cows are very happy to have those lush green grasses around. And all the gopas and the gopis and everyone in that house which Krishna created using Govardhan, they were extremely happy taking darshan of Krishna. And therefore, here Raghunatha Goswami is saying, you are that great personality whom Krishna converted into a house. This is the respect that he has given. You never he did this with anyone else. It's only with you, O Govardhan, he did this. So this is the point that he has made. Again, Govardhan has a point. See, don't call me as topmost. I'm devotee. Devotees are humble. So Govardhan is saying, don't call me topmost. Entire Vrindavan, as it is said, Pancha Yojanam Evasti Vanam Me Deha Rupakam. Entire Vrindavan is Krishna's body. Entire Vrindavan. Why do you glorify me as topmost place in Vrindavan? Is there any praman from Shastra that I am topmost place in Vrindavan? And Raghunatha Goswami, I'm sure he might be smiling. Yeah, I have a path. I have a praman. I have a praman. And what is that praman? 8th verse. Girirāj nama. Mritamidam Shri Radhika-Vaktra-Chandra Vrajanavatilakatve kliptavedai sputam me nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhanatvam. Girirāj, who are you? Oh, greatest of mountains, Girirāj. You are topmost. And who said this? Sri Radhika-Vaktra-Chandra. From the moon-like face of Srimati Radharani, from her lotus mouth, she uttered this. She said that you are Haridasa warrior. So Srimati Radharani is telling all the gopis, hey Gopikas, you know who is the topmost servant of Krishna? She pointed at Govardhan. And then she chanted, Hantaya Madarira Bala Haridasa Varyo Yad Rama Krishna Sparsha Charana Pramodaha Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayorya Paniya Suyavasa Kandara Kandamulai. So here Srimati Radharani is saying, look, oh Abalas, oh all the gopis, look. This Govardhan is Haridasa warrior, topmost amongst all the servants of Krishna. Why? See, look at him. Rama, Krishna. Who is Rama? Yes, Balram. Balram and Krishna. Their charan sparsha is always there for him. And all the time his pramoda is blissful and ecstatic. Who? Govardhan. Manam tanoti sahago ganayostayoryat. This Govardhan, he offers respect. He respects Krishna, Balram, all the gopas, all the cows. How? Paniya, he provides water to them. Suyavasa, he provides green grass to them. Kandara, he provides caves for playing. Kandamulaihi, he provides roots and fruits for eating. Oh, he is the topmost devotee. So Raghunatha Goswami remembers Srimati Radharani's statement. He is saying, you are special in entire Vrindavan. You are the topmost devotee. And who is Praman? Sri Radhika is the Praman. Srila Jiva Goswami, after all being the maidservant of Srimati Radharani, he establishes Radharani's statement is topmost here. What she is saying, Govardhan is topmost devotee and I will prove it. Jiva Goswami proves this. Jiva Goswami says that devotees in general, they offer various upcharas to Krishna. Some might offer pancha upchara, 5 items they might offer in upchara. Some might offer dasha, 10. Some might offer 11. Some might offer 16, shodasha upchara. But Govardhan, he offers 21 upcharas. 21. Let's see what are these 21. First and foremost, in Shodasha Upchar, first thing when we invite the Lord for Abhishek, first thing we give is asana. Idam asanam. So Govardhana also gives asana, idam asana. All those comfortable seats, the jewel bedecked thrones, they are they are the asana. He offers asana. The next thing, when we give asana to the deity, then we welcome them. Swagatam, suswagatam. And Govardhana also welcomes Krishna. Swagatam, suswagatam. How? He tells all the birds, hey, sing, sing. Welcome, welcome, welcome Krishna and Balram and all the Gopas. Sing, sing. This second. Third. So when we invite the deity, when we welcome the deity, then you wash the lotus feet. Idam padya, etat padya. Then you offer water to wash hands. Idam argyam. And then you give water to the Lord for washing his mouth. Idam achmanyam. So Govardhan, for these three upcharas, that is padya, argya and achman, he provides water. Through those wonderful, beautiful waterfalls and various ponds, he provides water. The sixth upchara that he is done is madhuparka is offered. Madhuparka is a refreshing drink which is made of honey, milk, and curd, mixed nicely. And when it comes to madhuparka, Govardhana is offering madhuparka. How is he offering madhuparka? There are honey dripping from the trees. There are a lot of honeycomb, honey is dripping from the trees. And when the cows are roaming around, they're always laden with milk. Their udders are always full with milk and love. Now this flavored, loved milk is coming down. They keep dripping everywhere, here and there. So this honey and milk mixing together, Govardhan says, Esha madhuparka, please accept the Lord, please accept. And then after this, he offers jala for taking bath. This is the seventh upchara that he does. Soothing water for taking bath. So many kunds are there in Govardhan. Lord can just jump and then enjoy there. So many kunds. Then eighth upchara, Govardhan offers vastra. He offers vastra. Vastra means cloth. Cloth? First time when I read, I was thinking, what cloth? How can Govardhan offer cloth? So there are soft tree barks, golden hued tree barks. So those soft tree barks are offered to Krishna. Penny, vastra. Idam vastra. And then the next thing that is offered is abharana, that is ornaments. Oh Lord, please accept the ornaments. What are the ornaments? Can anyone guess the ornaments that Govardhan offers? Huh? Lord? Okay, flowers will come, those separate. Okay, we can say flower garlands. Okay, flower garlands. And? Okay, those jewels are there, yes. Gunja. There's some gunja seeds, red color seeds, which comes from the trees. So gunja mala is what Krishna likes to wear. Gunja mala, he offers, Govardhan offers. And along with that, the most important ornament, just by looking at that people can say this is Krishna. Peacock feather. So peacock feather is there. So Govardhan is offering peacock feather. So these are the different abharana ornaments offered. How many done? 9. Then he offers gandha, a sandalwood. There's so many sandalwood trees. And there's so many slabs to make paste of sandalwood. So he offers sandalwood paste. Gandha. Pushpa. So many fragrant flowers like malati and so on. Those are offered to the Lord. Pushpa. Dhupa is offered. You know how dhupa is offered? There are specific trees. If some specific part of the tree is plucked, smoke develops there, fragrant smoke. And these cows, when they go out for grazing, sometimes they go there and they pluck out that clove. And suddenly there's wonderful smoke. Esha dhupa. So incense is offered. Deepa. How deepa is offered, you know? The brilliant jewels, when there is sunshine, these brilliant jeweled places, these are like deepa. And they're offering it to Krishna. 4, 2, 3, 7. Yes, deepa. And then ahara, foodstuff is offered. Naivedya is offered to Krishna. Fruits and roots. And now this is very nice. 15th upchara is mukhavas. Mouth freshener. So beautiful, fragrant tulsi leaves are offered to Krishna to eat. And then full arati is done. By using all these different paraphernalia. This is the 16th upchara, and specifically it is said, there is arti done of the Lord. I was wondering, what arti? And Srila Jiva Goswami says that there are beautiful champaka trees And those champaka trees, champaka flowers, they keep moving by the wind and they are offering arti to Krishna. 17th. Now this is something that we don't do. Atapatra. So Atapatra means umbrella. Govardhan provides umbrella to Krishna. Atapatra. What umbrella? Trees with thick leaves, they are acting as umbrella. Vyajana. Vyajana means fan. So using huge palm leaves of palm trees, Govardhan is nicely fanning Krishna. 19th is Nritya Seva. Govardhan is telling all the people, Hare, jao, jao. Krishna has come, do Nritya Seva, go dance. And they are dancing. Shayana. There are excellent places made so that Krishna can rest very nicely. This is the 20th Seva. And finally, the last one, 21st Upchara that is offered is Gana or sweet songs. All the birds are asked, all the cuckoo birds are asked, please sing, please sing. When Krishna is resting, these cuckoos are singing and all those sweet birds are singing with their sweet sound and Krishna is getting nice rest. So these are the 21 Upcharas, and Jiva Goswami says, devotees can max offer 16 Upcharas every day. No devotee offers 21 Upcharas. Only Govardhan offers 21 Upcharas. Therefore, Govardhan is Hari-dasavari, the topmost of all the devotees. Shri Girirāj Govardhan ki jai. And therefore, Raghunatha Goswami is saying, Shri Radhika said that you are topmost devotee. And since your topmost devotee is very special in the entire Vrindavan, therefore I want to stay here. Not just this, all the Vedas say, Klipta Vedais Putam. All the Vedas clearly mention that Vraja Nava Tilaka. Hey Govardhan, you are actually Tilak of entire Vrajamandal. Tilak is very special. And you are very special. And therefore, I want to stay at your lotus feet. Now Govardhan is thinking what next argument to give. And Govardhan says, see, your prayers are very wonderful. Why are you praying to me? Go and offer this prayer to someone else. Some very nice resident of Braja. You go and offer it to them. Why me? And now, in the last two verses, Raghunatha Goswami has a very strong point to make, and now Govardhan cannot reject. What is that? Nija-jana-yuta radha Krishna maitri rasakta Vrajanara pashu pakshi vrata saukhyayika dātah aganita karunatvan mam oikritya tantam nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi govardhanatvam. So here he is saying, oh Govardhan, you are aganita karunatvan. You are unlimitedly merciful. Unlimitedly merciful. Why are you saying that I am unlimitedly merciful? Simply by the touch of Krishna, you stood up. Saukhyayika dātah, you stood up. And you gave bliss, shelter to all the Vrajavasis. You gave happiness to whom? Vrajavasis. Nara, all the people of Vraja. Just Nara? No, Pashu, all the animals. Pakshi Vrata, all the Pakshi, all the birds. Oh, only the most merciful person can do this. Most merciful person. And you are that most merciful person. I don't want to give up the shelter of such a merciful personality. No. I don't want to seek shelter anywhere else. I want to be here. I want to be here. Now Govardhan saying, see, now Govardhan has a very strong point. All those Vrajavasis who took shelter of me, they had pure love for me. What is your qualification? You have prema? You have any prema? Raghunatha Goswami is very clear. I don't have any qualification. I don't have any qualification. The only qualification that I have is your mercy. And he says, Aganita karunatvam. Because you are the most merciful. Without any qualification, I'm begging you, please allow me, please allow me, please embrace me in a magnanimous way and allow me to stay here. Actually, it's a very nice thing to note in Krishna consciousness. We are always unqualified. Sometimes devotees, when they come, when they're nicely growing, and there's a point when they have to take shelter of a spiritual master or do some service or whatever, they say, but I'm not qualified. How will I take initiation? How will I take shelter of a spiritual master? How can I do this service? But you know what? We can never be qualified. Never. What qualification do we have? We are Baddha Jivas stuck in this material world. Very unfortunate situation is ours. Why? Because even after coming to Krishna consciousness, to become deep in Krishna consciousness is very difficult for us. Even after getting all the facilities to practice bhakti, the days are just going one after another. Year after year, we are celebrating different festivals. But then when we analyze our growth, our advancement in bhakti, how much have we got closer to Krishna? We realize hardly any. So what qualification we have? No qualification. Yes. But then we are still having hope. Still having hope that I will advance in bhakti. I will attain Krishna's lotus feet. I will attain Krishna's eternal service. Where is that hope coming from? That hope is coming from the thought that I have the most merciful personality in my worshipable lordships. I have A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is so merciful. The entire Guru Parampara, headed by Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the most magnanimous, Namo Mahavadanyaya Avatar. Mahavadanyaya Avatar, most magnanimous. So when we look at ourselves, we'll get into depression. मैं क्या भक्ति कर सकता हूँ? What will I do? How will I attain Krishna? Not possible. छोड़ो फिर सब छोड़ देता है. It's okay. वैसे भी कुछ होने वाला है नहीं. But those devotees who are little more greedy, they look into them. Oh, I'm a useless fellow. And then they look. Oh, they are the ones. वो मेरा उद्धार करेंगे. They are the ones who are most merciful. I'm unqualified, no doubt. I'm unqualified. But then they are most merciful. They are most merciful. Therefore, it is sung. Yogyata vichare kichu nahi pai tumhara karuna sa karuna na hoile kandiya kandiya prana na rakhibo. So this is what is our prayer. Our prayer is that I don't have any qualification. My qualification is your mercy. Therefore, those devotees who depend on the mercy of Guru and Krishna, they are the ones who actually advance in Krishna consciousness. Those who depend on their own strength, very difficult to advance in bhakti. Maybe initially they might achieve some things, maybe they might complete reading some books, maybe they might come to chanting of 16 rounds, maybe they might give up various illicit things. But then, when it comes to actually growing in bhakti, getting that bhakti rasa, getting that taste in Krishna consciousness, oh, that's very difficult. That we cannot get by our own endeavor, not possible. That has to be awarded, that has to be gifted. And this is possible only when we have these great merciful personalities showering their mercy onto us. And that's what Raghunatha Goswami is saying. That correct, Govardhana, you're correct. I'm very unqualified. But you are very, very merciful. And now Raghunatha Goswami, last verse, he chooses to tell how unqualified he is, but still he has one very great qualification. Let's end today's session with this last one verse. Very intense and very nice. Nirupadi karunena Shri Shachi Nandanena Tvai kapati shatho pitvat priyenarpitosmi iti khalu yogya yogyatam mama grannam nija-nikaṭa-nivāsaṁ dehi Govardhanatvam. He's telling how unqualified I am. What is my nature? He's saying I'm kapati. I'm a pretender. I'm pretending to be a great renunciant. See, Raghunatha Goswami is a great renunciant, no doubt. He's helping us to understand, especially all of us brahmachari devotees in brahmachari ashram, pretenders. I'm not saying God is here. Raghunatha Goswami, kapati. You're acting that you're a great renunciant. Raghunatha Goswami's mood is this. Everyone says I'm a great renunciant, but you know what? I'm just pretending. In front of others, I act to be a renunciant, but internally I'm not. Then he says, shut up. I'm the most crooked person. When I see someone, I speak sweet words. And back of them, I speak ill about them. This is what is my disqualification. This is what is my nature. Oh Govardhan, I'm kapati. I'm shatter. But even when I'm both kapati and shatter, still I'm begging you, please give me permanent residence near you because you're most merciful. And at the same time, I've got recommendation from someone. And that someone is very dear to you. Tvat-priyena. He's very dear to you, O Govardhan. And his name is Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai. Gauranga, Sachinandan. He is very dear to you. And Sachinandan Gaur Hari. He has told something and you must listen to what he has told. You know what? Sachinandan Gaur Hari, he gave me you, Govardhan. He gave me a place near you, O Govardhan. When did Sachinandan Gaur Hari did that? Yes, all of you remember Govardhan Shila? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he received a Govardhan Shila from a devotee who came from Vrindavan. And he would take that Govardhan Shila touch to his eyes and he would bathe Govardhan with his own tears. Small one only. He'll touch with his thumb. He'll touch different parts of his body. He'll keep it near his heart. He'll offer prayers. And his love for Krishna was so intense, his bhakti was so intense, that one day when he touched that Govardhan Shila, there was a thumbprint of Mahaprabhu that got imprinted on Govardhan Shila. And that Shila is still there. Which place? Huh? Which place? In Vrindavan? Which temple? No. No. Huh? That's Radha Vinod temple just besides Radha Raman. That is there. That Govardhan Shila. So this Govardhan Shila was given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Raghunath Das Goswami because Mahaprabhu was so pleased with Raghunath Das Goswami's renunciation. So pleased with his bhakti that he gave it to him. And at that time he gave instruction also. You should offer every day water to Govardhan Shila and you should offer 8 tulsi manjaris with 2 tulsi leaves. He offers. And like this, Raghunath Das Goswami says that day, by giving me Govardhan Shila, he gave me indication that you should reside at Govardhan. Hey Govardhan, you have to follow what Sachinandan says. Now, Govardhan might feel, oh, Sachinandan is recommended. He, my beloved, he has recommended. Looks like you have some qualification. Looks like you have some qualification. So Raghunath Das Goswami, he says, actually there is no reason and there is no qualification. Sri Sachinandan is nirupati karuna. He is causelessly merciful. His mercy has no cause. No cause. He has come to this world just for the benefit of everyone. And all the activities that Sachinandan Gaurari does is for the benefit of everyone. And that mercy I have received. I am fortunate. So this is the mood of Raghunath Das Goswami. After this last argument, Sachinandan Gaurari, he has recommended by name. Abhi batao Govardhan kya bolte ho? Come, stay at Radhakund. Stay at Radhakund. So did Govardhan give a place to Raghunath Das Goswami? And the answer is yes. For 16 years, Raghunath Das Goswami stayed in Jagannath Puri. After that, for 40 years, he stayed on the banks of Radhakund. This devotee, Raghunath Das Goswami. 40 years. 40 years on the banks of Radhakund. Every day taking bath in Radhakund. Sitting on the banks of Radhakund chanting Hare Krishna full day. And then on the banks of Radhakund, he would give discourse on Gaur Leela of whatever he witnessed for 16 years in Jagannath Puri. And on that, in the same class, there was one very, very brilliant student who was sitting, and his name was Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who later penned down those pastimes heard from Raghunath Das Goswami in the glorious scripture called Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Can you imagine? This is what Raghunath Das Goswami did, staying on the banks of Radhakund for 40 years. Same Govardhan is so very dear to all our Goswamis. Take for example Sanatan Goswami. Every single day Sanatan Goswami did parikrama. Every single day. That is Govardhan. They were so attached to Govardhan. Who can think of doing Govardhan parikrama every day? But Sanatan Goswami was doing. To an extent when he became extremely old, even at that time he was doing Govardhan parikrama. And one day when Krishna came there, obviously not in his original form as Krishna, but disguised as a Gopa. And he said, "Oh Babaji, why are you doing all this? No need to do Govardhan parikrama every day, you are so old." And at that time, Krishna himself gave him a Govardhan Shila, where there was Krishna's footprint, cow's footprint, and flute's print on that Shila. And it was told to Sanatan Goswami, just go around the Shila 4 times, and it will be equivalent to going around entire Govardhan. And that Shila is still there in Radha Damodar Mandir. See how dear is Govardhan for our Goswamis, Raghunath Das Goswami. For your information, Srila Prabhupada, he had expressed a desire. He had expressed a desire towards the last phase of his earthly pastimes, that I want to do Govardhan Parikrama. But Prabhupada's situation, the health situation was so bad. It was ordered, and Loknath Maharaj had already arranged the cart for going around, because he was not interested to arrange, because they were able to see the health situation. But then he was asked to arrange, therefore he arranged a cart. And all the disciples, their hearts were beating heavily. So at that time, Tamal Krishna Maharaj and others, they went and they convinced Prabhupada, you shouldn't go to Govardhan for parikrama. And at that time, Prabhupada agreed, okay, I will not go. And all the devotees were very. This was one of the desires of Prabhupada, Govardhan parikrama. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he stayed at Govardhan during the last phase of his life in Jagannath Puri. There's a Govardhan Jagannath Puri. There's Chatak Parvat. That's Govardhan. And there, staying in that place, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would sing this song. Nija-pati-bhuja-daṇḍac, this song. He would sing this song. I can imagine how dear is Govardhan for all our acharyas. The only thing that we have to do at our level is, for us, we ourselves are dear to ourselves. We have to change that. We have to develop eagerness to develop attachment. To developing eagerness to develop attachment to Krishna and all his paraphernalia. As of now, we don't have attachment, or we have eagerness to develop that attachment. But when we read all this, we realize, itna kyun bol raha hai 10 baar bol diye. 10 baar bol diye, please give me residence at your feet. Please give me residence at your lotus feet. Please give me their attraction towards you. This was the prayer of Raghunath Das Goswami throughout. He's crying out to Govardhan. He's intensely crying out to Govardhan. So at least when we read all this, and when we hear, Saraswati Thakur would cry out singing this song. Prabhupada wanted to go around Govardhan during his final days. Why? And when we read about them, and when you understand the attachment that they had, we will also develop eagerness. Okay, even I want to develop attachment towards Krishna and all his paraphernalia, his dham, and various different entities. Many times people say that Krishna should be part of our life. No, Krishna should not be part of our life. Krishna should be our life. That is what is the definition of a devotee. A person whose life is Krishna is a devotee. That person does not know anything else apart from Krishna. And that person is qualified to stay in Braj. Yes. When Krishna is just part of our life, then we can stay anywhere in this world. He is just part of our life because the major part is something else, not Krishna. Therefore, Krishna should be our life. And the sole goal of our life, specifically those devotees, those sadhakas who are very sincere, who are aspiring to attain Krishna's eternal service, their sole desire should be, I want to serve Krishna. And full stop. That's it. I want to serve Krishna in every situation. Full stop. उसके आगे कुछ है नहीं, कुछ नहीं उसके आगे. I want anything else. But this is possible to serve Krishna every moment only when we have attraction and attachment to Him. Otherwise, it's not possible. And that attraction and attachment, only those people can give who have it. And therefore, that connection with these great souls in the parampara is very important. Like Srila Prabhupada and the previous acharyas, very, very important. So more we hear about them and their prayers, we have a hope that someday we will develop little bit, very little. That little is enough for us to drown and die. Little bit of attraction and attachment of what they have. Therefore, this entire activity of studying these verses deeply is very, very important. Along with that, studying about these acharyas and their life is very, very important because that will help us to get an inspiration, to pray for eagerness, to develop attachment and attraction for Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Govardhana Puja Mahotsav ki jai. Okay, any questions you want to ask?
One question we have seen that Govardhana is always
Online also, if someone has questions, they can ask.
Govardhana is the topmost devotee, pure devotee. And another comparison that is made is he is Lord himself. So, like, how we can compare?
So I was reading about this. Only at one place, Lord Chaitanya, while giving Shila to Raghunatha Goswami, he said he is Krishna himself. But all the other, one is Sevit Bhagwan and other one is Sevak Bhagwan. Like we have Balram, he is Sevak Bhagwan. He is Bhagwan, but he serves Krishna. Krishna is Sevit Bhagwan. Krishna accepts the service of all the devotees. So they are the same tattva, Vishnu tattva, but then their modes are different. So Krishna's mode is to accept service and Balram's mode is to serve. So Govardhan has a similar mode as that of Balram, where he wants to serve like that. So we can reconcile both as Bhagwan and devotee. What is it? Yeah.
Thank you for such a wonderful class. Two questions, like continuing the same question. So, who is the greatest devotee? So, we hear Radharani is the greatest. Now, Govardhan. In Bhagavatam, it's mentioned Shambhu. Lord Shiva is the greatest of all the Vaishnavas. So, who is the greatest?
All are greatest. Only in the material conception we have, the greatest मतलब एक ही होना चाहिए. That material conception. Spiritual conception, all of them are there. Yeah. So, in spiritual realm, there is no competition. There is no one place. There is no one place. Always we should remember that. We have greatest many places. These great devotees take those different places like that.
And thank you. The 16 upacharas which we showed, and Govardhan is offering 21. If you see that last 5 also, except umbrella, nritya, other things, we see that we also able to offer.
Yes. So every day without fail offering, because it might happen that the devotee might not be well, he's not able to offer. Max, he can offer maybe 16 upacharas as a daily ritual, because in the temple, when morning archana happens, the altar is closed, abhishek and all that is done. So 16 upacharas are done. So others are not done. Only on special occasions. Then Nitya upachara is there, Gana, etc. Those upacharas. So all of them together, these upacharas are offered. But the same devotee doing it every day is a question mark. Yes. But Govardhan, He is that devotee who does it every day without fail from last thousands and thousands of years. Therefore, he is a great devotee. Today I'm from the side of Govardhana, so whatever I speak. Yes.
Thank you.
Those things when the demons are coming to Vrindavan, the Vrindavan is completely spiritual. So we don't see those other rasas like Raudra and Virya and Goloka Vrindavan. So
Who said we cannot see?
no, those like only the 5 prominent rasas are there in
No,
Goloka.
no, 5 prominent rasas. And to enhance the pastime, the other 7 secondary rasas also come into picture.
In Goloka Vrindavan.
Yeah. How without that, how without Bhayanak rasa, how without that Adbhuta rasa, how things can manifest there? Yes. So when someone is in great wonder, that's Adbhuta rasa. So a person can be in Sakhya rasa. Along with that, he's in great wonder looking at going, oh, Adbhuta rasa. Together. Like that. Obviously, that is prominent, but along with that, the secondary one that gets associated in the pastime. Any other questions there online? Okay. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.